A large part of human history was spent in forests, where danger lurked in every corner. At that time, it was crucial for humans to instantly become alert at every sound, movement, or odd sight to survive. That's why our brain is wired to quickly detect danger and react to it. But now, in 2025, we no longer fear lions or snakes. We're afraid of emails, deadlines, social media comments, and job interviews. Still, our brain's ancient fear system reacts just as intensely as it once did in the jungle. When we receive negative feedback, our brain treats it like a life-threatening danger. Our palms get sweaty, heart rate spikes, and we go into fight, flight, or freeze mode, as if a tiger were in front of us. In reality, it was just a Zoom call. This mismatch is at the root of today's anxiety, overthinking, and panic attacks. 9. Today, we obsess over Instagram likes and comments. We fear judgment from strangers. But why? Because thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe could mean death. Humans couldn't survive alone. They needed their group. So our brains evolved with the wiring that rejection equals danger. In the modern world, no one will exile you from society, but your brain still perceives rejection as an existential threat. That's why a breakup or someone ignoring you feels so devastating. We crave validation from others because once upon a time, that validation meant safety. Now, it's the root of social anxiety and low self-esteem. 8. Imagine someone says 10 things to you, 9 compliments, and 1 criticism. What do you remember? That one negative comment. Why? Because our brain prioritizes negativity. This is called negativity bias. From an evolutionary perspective, it helped us survive. A small mistake, like eating poisonous fruit or taking the wrong path, could be fatal. So the brain learned. Positive things are nice, but negative things must be paid attention to. In today's world, this bias is in overdrive. We compare ourselves on social media, get anxious from news headlines, and drown in self-criticism. That's why modern mental health issues like depression and anxiety are worsened by this bias. 7. In ancient times, dopamine rewarded us. After eating, finding shelter, or having sex. It was a signal saying, you did something good, do it again. But now, dopamine has become cheap. Social media, junk food, gaming. They all give us quick dopamine bursts. But after each burst, our brain becomes dull and needs more next time. So we binge watch, scroll endlessly, and still feel empty. Evolution made dopamine a survival tool. Capitalism turned it into an addiction. Now we're not happy. We're just always chasing our next dopamine hit. 6. The most ancient human instinct is survive now, live now. We value immediate rewards more than future consequences. This is called delay discounting. Thousands of years ago, if you found food, there was no point saving it. Eat it now, or someone else will. But today, that same mindset ruins our savings, health, and relationships. We eat junk food because it feels good right now. We procrastinate because there's still time. We spend money because who knows about tomorrow? This ancient instinct now works against our long-term goals. 5. In ancient tribal societies, status mattered. Higher status meant better access to food, mates, and protection. That's why our brain takes status very seriously. Today, that same instinct throws us into status anxiety. When we see others' perfect lives on Instagram, we feel inferior. When someone earns more than us, it feels like our own life is a failure. But it's just an illusion. Comparison is a natural instinct, but now it's eating away at our self-worth. The chase for status no longer brings satisfaction. It only leaves emptiness behind. 4. Ancient humans never had guaranteed access to food. They never knew when the next meal would come. So, our brain evolved to prioritize high-calorie foods because they gave more energy. Today, such calorie-dense foods are everywhere. Processed, sugary, salty. But our brain still gets excited when it sees them, like hitting a jackpot. That's why dieting is so hard. It's not a lack of willpower, it's brain wiring. Evolution prepared us for famine, not for fast food. 3. Climate change, heart disease, digital addiction. These are slow, invisible threats. But our brain is wired to react to immediate, visible dangers, like a lion or a fire. That's why we ignore global warming, postpone health checkups, and take data privacy lightly. Evolution trained us to run when danger is visible, but modern threats don't appear, they creep. And because of this mismatch, we ignore major problems until they explode in front of us. 2. Humans have always lived in tribes. The us versus them mentality gave us evolutionary advantages. It was a survival strategy. Trust your group. Be suspicious of outsiders. But today, that instinct divides us by religion, politics, race, and ideology. Social media amplifies this instinct, creating echo chambers where we only hear what we already believe. Anyone who disagrees becomes part of the other group. This ancient tribal instinct is dragging us backward in today's globalized world. 1. In ancient times, comfort was rare. If you had a safe place, food, and rest, that was the jackpot. So our brain evolved to treat comfort as the ultimate goal. But now, comfort is everywhere, and that's the problem. We fear risk, avoid discomfort, and dread failure. Growth only happens in discomfort. But our brain keeps telling us, stay safe. That's why we often feel stuck. We can't grow because our brain won't let us leave the comfort zone. This instinct has now become the enemy of growth. Our brain is a genius, but of an era when humans lived in caves. In today's modern, hyper-connected, overstimulating world, that same brain is now creating mismatches. Ancient instincts are clashing with modern realities. And that's why we feel anxious, distracted, insecure, and dissatisfied. The solution? Understand your brain. Recognize its patterns, and evolve yourself into a version that's better suited for this world. It's not easy, but awareness is the first step.